Hi guys, it's Katie here with Life in Mundane and welcome back to my channel. Can you believe it is June? It is summer. And what's better way to celebrate the first day of summer? Well, I know that's not technically till later, but I'm considering June summer. What better way to celebrate than for a book unboxing? I have got books from Thrift Books and books from Book Outlet today that I'm excited to open up and share with you guys. So let's get started. Hi, my name is Katie and welcome to Life in the Mundane. I am a second generation homeschool mom of 6 beautiful kiddos, and on this channel we talk all things resources. I love to share with you resources that are going to help you in your homeschooling and help encourage you in your biblical parenting and how you can utilize those to their fullest potential so that you can make the most of the little moments. Speaking of Book Outlet and Thrift Books, be sure to check down in the description for a coupon code that you can use on your very first purchase from either of these companies that will help you get even more free books with their rewards programs. And speaking of rewards programs, if you guys have not heard the latest and greatest news from Thrift Books, you actually, as home educators, as homeschool parents, can sign up for their teacher reward program. I'll drop a link down below that kind of illustrates how to do that. But essentially, in a nutshell, you're able to go online, log into their teacher reward program, and then I believe it's every 4 books or so, you earn credit for another book. So this just helps you to grow your homeschool library at an even more affordable price. So, without further ado, let's jump into our Thrift Book books. First up is a book for me. It's called Peace Like a River. This one is one that we're doing as part of our church book club. We have a women's book club that meets every quarter. I don't read a lot of fiction, so this is going to be a little bit of a stretch for me, but it was highly recommended by several friends, so I'm excited to check it out. Next up is What Your Preschooler Needs to Know. Now, I've never used these books before, but Wendy over at Plan Prep Pray has talked about them in the past. I've not seen what the older books look like because they have them from preschool all the way through 12th grade. But in the preschool one, they have these fun stories, poems, they have little songs for you to sing with your kids, different nursery rhymes, but just kind of introducing them to different concepts that you might want to touch on. Here's some history concepts that are good to teach on. So here's George Washington and the cherry tree. They just have lots of fun little things, little science blurbs that you can read with your kiddos. This is not meant to be a full-on curriculum, but a supplement. And so I thought the best way to utilize this would be to get a copy and put it, we have a basket for my preschooler, my kindergartner, that we get into each and every day. And I thought this would be a great thing to add in there, to stick a little bookmark in there, and we'll just kind of read an excerpt or 2 out of it each day. And right along with that, I went ahead and got the What Your Kindergartner Needs to Know as well. Now this is the older edition. I was trying to get the newer edition. However, they just didn't have it in stock and I didn't want to wait. I didn't want to be patient. So I got that one. The nice thing about it is a hardback version, and it does have colored illustrations still. So anyways, these will be fun resource books for our upcoming school year. Next up is Why Mosquitos Buzz in People's Ears. So this popped up in a suggested book for me after seeing the other books that I've purchased, and they were definitely right. I am all about this book. So this is a humorous African tale that talks about these animals in the jungle and how there's miscommunications, and one funny thing leads to another funny thing, which causes mass mayhem and craziness, and they kind of have to unravel what happened in the first place. I have one more Thrift Books package. Ew, I forgot I ordered this. Don't you love that when you forget you ordered something? This is going to be for my son for his birthday. I have to be quiet because he's upstairs. But it says Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the ultimate guide. So he has been reading all the Percy Jackson books and he really enjoys them. This is a magnetic cover. And this looked like a really fun book. Oh my gosh, I didn't even know it had all this stuff. So it has little like playing cards for each person, for Luke. And then it has what he's also known as. So it's got that in the front for all of those things. And then inside, it's almost like an encyclopedia of Percy Jackson things. So this is going to be excellent. Here are camp characters that are talked about. I 100% forgot I ordered this. I'm so pumped. He is going to love it. So this is going to be one of his birthday gifts. And so I know he's going to really enjoy that. All right, next up is our Book Outlet books. And our first book is The Third Grade Detectives. So this was a series that was suggested by Sunlight, and I had my daughter read the first 2 books as part of her school reading this year, and she fell in love with the books. They're not super thick, they're pretty easy to consume, beginning readers that all deal with different detective stories, obviously, of 3rd graders. But she fell in love with this and has been like consuming it like crazy and wanted some more. So I purchased several. This is The 3rd Grade Detectives and the Secret of the Green Skin, The 3rd Grade Detectives and the Mystery of the Stolen Statue, The Case of the Bank Robbing Bandits, and The Mystery of the Hairy Tomatoes. I love the fact the Book Outlet offered all of these books for under $2, so that made them super, super affordable to grab for her. And even though I'm just now doing this unboxing, she actually got into this package a couple of days ago because she couldn't wait for me to film. And so she's actually already read 2 of these books already. So I can't even keep this girl in books, but it's okay because I know these are books that she will either reread or that her younger siblings will read and enjoy as well. And I'll do anything to foster that love of reading, especially my kids who have dyslexia, who have struggled with reading in the past. Next up, you might recognize this book because this is definitely a duplicate copy. This happens sometimes, guys. I do so many book hauls and I get so excited about a book, or I put it on my wish list and I forget to take it off the wish list once I've purchased it, that I purchased a second copy of the Matchlock Gun. This is going to be one of their readers that they're going to do with Sunlight next year. I'm not going to return it. I'm not going to worry about it. 1, it was really, really affordable. And 2, it is also something I'm going to have multiple kids reading. So having multiple copies is really not a bad idea. And when we're done, I can just pass it on or leave it in one of our little free libraries within our town. This is one of my favorites. I know I got a board book. I know my kids are kind of growing out of board books, but Sheep Out to Eat and the Sheep series are seriously some of my favorite kid books. And we don't actually own any of them, which is absolutely insane. Got an Eric Carle book, Roosters Off to See the World. I didn't realize it was a mini version. However, it looks like it's the whole story here. It's just a tiny version of it. This is to go along with our preschool curriculum next year, which my girls are going to love the fact that it's so small. It's been a while since I've gotten some of the Where Is, Who Was series, but we've got Where Is the Great Barrier Reef? What Were the Twin Towers? I thought this would be great to read in September. Who Was Beatrix Potter? And then this book will also be on our summer reading list, or not on our summer reading list, on our, I read the word summer, on our Sunlight reading list for next year, and it is One Crazy Summer. So that will be one that we will be adding. I think this is a read aloud. I don't think it is an individual reader, or I don't know. I'll have to look, but that is one that we grabbed. I've got some more of the ready to read. I grabbed this Misty Copeland book. We really love these. These are great for your beginning readers. They have lots of pictures to help encourage them and excite them about the story, but still a decent amount of text. Man, this box is full of all the series that I've talked about here in the past that I love, that I just found new additions to. So we love these Let's Read and Find Out science books. These are great science books for little ones. And so this one's Down Comes the Rain, about the water cycle, water vapor, droplets, drops, ice crystals. We've got Snow is Falling. This is one we checked out from the library every single year to do with our fall unit study, and it's How Do Apples Grow? More science books, but not from that series. We have the Honey Makers, going through and talking about the process of making honey and the different bees and what they do. And also along those lines, The Life and Times of the Ant. Great illustrations, look at these. And you get to see all about ants and what are inside ant hills. Got another one from that series. This is Running on Sunshine, How Does Solar Energy Work? This is a level 2 one as well. And Forces That Make Things Move. Again, you could totally do this for younger ages, like for kindergarten. You could 100% do this as just their science curriculum. Just get a bunch of books from this series and read about the book. They usually have some fun activities in the back, questions that you can ask. You can watch some YouTube videos around it and easily make a nice comprehensive curriculum for your little ones as they're just discovering and learning. I know I mentioned earlier 9/11 and reading the Twin Towers book. This is another one we check out from the library regularly that's hard to get because everybody's getting it at the same time. This is The Man Who Walked Between the Towers. This is We the Kids, the preamble to the Constitution of the United States. This book looked like so much fun. It's called It's All a Game, The History of Board Games from Monopoly to Settlers of Catan. Do you know who I think would love this book? Is Ashley from Joyful Noise Learning. Their family loves board games too, and I just feel like this is a book that she would totally be about. But I'm excited. I'm probably going to read it with my older kids, or maybe just have them read it on their own. It is quite lengthy, but it just seemed like a really fun one to know the history behind each of the games we play in our family. More books. We've got Helping Hospital, a community helpers book. Again, this is one for my preschoolers and kindergartners. Just kind of getting them used to the different community helpers that we have. So here you've got a picture of a hospital. You've got all different people thinking different things. You get to see radiology, oncology, admissions. This will be really cool because my daughter has medical special needs. And so you don't get to see too many books that talk about going to the hospital that goes beyond like a well-child checkup. So I'm glad they kind of show the different aspects of the hospital. They talk about what's the difference between a nurse and a doctor. Some nurses take care of specific types of patients, and they're showing patients who are like cancer patients or people who are having x-rays and things like that. So I'm really excited to have something. I know she's not one of my kindergartners or preschoolers, but just to have a book that shows an MRI machine. She gets MRIs and CT scans, unfortunately, semi-regularly. So just having that addressed in a book will be really awesome. This is another one I have heard things about, but I have not read it myself. And that's the Young Trailblazer, the book of Black inventors and scientists. Last but not least, here is our last few books out of our last box. We've got The 7 Silly Eaters. This was a story that Rachel over at 7 and All included in her Purely Preschool curriculum, and my girls loved it. They literally ate it up. They were so about this book. We read it every single day for the whole unit, but then they wanted to continue reading it, but I had to return it to library. So grabbed our own copy of that. And then finally is The Important Book, which tells important things about different things you might encounter. Like the important thing about the snow is that it's white, or the important thing about an apple is that it's round, or the important thing about the wind is that it blows. This is a great way to talk to your kids about the 5 senses and what they can do, like how they can experience, see, feel, touch, hear, all of the things around them. So I think this one also was part of our preschool kindergarten curriculum. Well, that's it for today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this. Be sure to subscribe because we have a lot more fun content coming out here in June. And I hope you guys are having an amazing summer and grab some books to help you with your summer reading. We'll talk to you later. Bye.